Hey everyone, I'm pretty sure the president of the greatest country in the free world is completely insane. Check this out.
What's happened is that there never been, if you wanted to think you need to have weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I just spoke at Dartmouth on healthcare at the medical school, or not, I guess I wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at the, I want to be clear, I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus. Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it, it's so much. To say that LGBTQ people have no civil rights. And immediately change the law in the state of Delaware protecting transgender people. I took on Putin in terms of in terms of what was going on in Ukraine. My long friend, time friend, and she's a friend, she's been my friend in and out of public life, is think of what's been adopted. Milton Friedman's notion that the only obligation. But that all changed with our Republican friends in the late 80s when they adopted Milton Friedman's notion that the only obligation. Don't worry, I'm so serious. Children, I love to hear them. It's interesting. I just spoke to the International Society of Psychiatric, the International Organization of Psychiatrists. I forget the formal name of it. But I never ever thought that I'd see what I saw in Charlotte. You know, I came home from law school. I got to go do boom, boom, boom. Is that the bills that the future president here, that the senator's talking about? Right. He's saying that it was my boss, it was his fault. I got assault weapons banned for 10 years. It had to be reauthorized because of hanging chads in Florida. The last president said, no, I'm not going to reauthorize it. Saks or Benettons or Nike or whatever in the market in their places where the malls. It's about all these breakthroughs we have with the whole, they're not bad folks. We'll make sure it's not equality. We'll make sure it's only affordable. We choose truth over facts. We lead by the example of our power, not just the example of our power, but the example we're out there, and it's what we say. The reason I did what I'm doing is because there's an invasion of Hispanics. Reliable and powerful. And partnerships built on coercion. They go to school from a middle class or upper middle class house, having heard, the estimates are as many as 4 million more words spoken. Things changed. You had over 40 kids shot at Kent State on a beautiful lawn by the National Guard. There are a whole lot of things, and guess what? What's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it? And what a neat town. This is sort of a scenic, beautiful town. Beginning to reward work as much as wealth. All men and women created by you know the thing.
How do we go on? How do we go on?